Hi, the Use here, and today I wanted to show you how I use the Corpus effect in Ableton Live to make a voice synthesizer come to life. I'm nearing the finishing stages of my debut full-length disc, What's the Use, on the PAS curated series on Alrilan Musique, and I'm just combing through the tracks and replacing all the sounds that I put in as placeholders. And one of the sounds that I wanted to replace was a voice synth that I wasn't too thrilled about. Now, for a lot of the voice synths on this album, I created my own synthesizer using sampler, also an Ableton instrument, and the voice of Rachel Mason, who's a musician and singer that I collaborate with. And that's available in a link that should be attached to this video, and you can download that synth for your own use. I wanted to maintain some of the vibe of old voice synths from the SK1, from old Yamahas and vintage synthesizers, that you can tell it's not a real voice, right? It's not trying to be what it's not, right? But it's also original sounding because it uses Rachel's voice, and as far as I know, not that many people have downloaded this yet. So I tried to do some of that, and hopefully it is desirable to some of you. But anyway, let me just play a section of this song that I'm gonna show you as an example. This is from the title track, Hello Everybody. And now let me show you the Masonator without the Corpus effect. And now this is with the Corpus effect. So you can hear it kind of grooving along in an arpeggio. And this effect used to confuse me terribly until I read the manual. And it's called Corpus. It's bundled with the Collision instrument in Ableton Live. So it comes with the suite, or you can buy it separately. And what Corpus does is it simulates the acoustic characteristics of 7 types of resonant objects in the world. And what that means is that a bunch of nerds who are also on the genius end of the spectrum studied the resonant characteristics of different objects in the world, a beam, a marimba, a string, right? They studied how does this thing enhance sounds that are voiced from within these objects, and they were able to model the behavior in the computer. So you can scroll through these different objects and they'll each do something different. But what I like about Corpus is when you open up the sidechain section and then you enable this frequency button. And what that does is that lets the frequency of the resonance be modulated by another instrument. In this case, I'm taking MIDI from another software instrument that gets muted and replaced, but I'm using it to trigger the Corpus. So let me show you that. See the Corpus effect, the notes here are changing to match the notes of this arpeggio. so you can hear the Masonator voice synth being modulated by these arpeggio notes even when I mute the arpeggio because of this side chain. And the possibilities here are endless. I found a sound that I liked. You can also control the LFO here. So let me play with that a little bit. Although it gets kind of a little bit wild because it starts to control the pitch. So maybe for like a build or something, I would use that. You can automate all this, of course. But here it is again in context. You can be able to hear these subtle Corpus influenced echoes behind the voice synth, hopefully. So you can hear some more on the full-length album. If you like my sounds, you can click the link below, get on the mailing list. Be offering some free downloads before the release, which is in the fall. And feel free to grab the Masonator. That's in the link below. Here we go. So that's a fun little thing for you. And I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.